What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to give y'all my first looks and impressions of the brand new KUIU HD Flex zip waders. Just want to tell y'all real quick, I have used these for 3 hunts now because I'm behind on filming, but it's provided me a little bit of insight and some experience to give y'all to help y'all make decisions for deciding on a wader for this year's duck hunting season. I want to make this video pretty quick, just give you a brief overview of the entire wader, give y'all some pros and cons for me personally regarding this wader, and then try it on to show y'all how it fits. I've tried on and used just about every wader on the market minus dive bomb waders. So we're gonna have to lean on someone else's experience for those dive bombs specifically. But when using those waders, it's given me good experience to compare to these waders to help y'all make a decision for this year's duck season. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Starting from the top, with this strap system. I didn't think I was gonna like this strap system, but it's actually very nice. It's very similar to their bino harness construction. It's very lightweight. You really don't notice it. Another thing is the clips, just a standard clip. It's at the bottom. You'll just clip it in there, and then the excess from when you tighten it will just tuck on the inside of the wader. I do like how low this is because when you're mounting your shotgun, you don't have any interference with a clip. Y'all know with those old school waders with a big old buckle, you don't really get a good, firm, solid mount every time because that buckle's in the way. So it's nice to have those low and out of the way, and not interfering with your shotgun. Next, they have these D loops or D rings, whatever you want to call them. Just a nice addition. I think every wader should have these on them. This is nice so you can add an ammo holder or one of those hand muffs that's really high, especially when you're in deeper water. And then going from there, we've got two horizontal chest pockets. These are pretty deep pockets. They go all the way down to about the wading belt, and you can fit just about anything in these. In this left one, I fit my phone. I've got face mask and headlamp. And in the right one, I just fit a random assortment of shells that I can get to pretty quickly. But they're very deep and very nice. Next, you've got a dual chest pocket hand pockets, however you want to say that. And these are Sherpa lined, so they're very warm and very comfortable. I don't know if y'all can see that there, but they keep your hands pretty warm. And they have a magnet closure system, so they stay closed when you're walking in, and it reduces water getting in them. Because y'all know as good as I do is when you get water in your hand warmer, it just kills the whole purpose of it, and it makes your hunt miserable, especially when it's really cold. Moving down to the wader belt, nothing special about this. It's just a really thick and robust belt, very similar to the one on the old waders. One thing that is different is they added 2 of these D rings or D loops on there, and they're sliding, so you can kind of put them wherever you want. I love these because you can clip your decoys or Texas rigs into them, and you can walk through the water hands-free while your decoys are dragging behind you, floating behind you. One thing I want to show y'all with these is they have 2 loops here to customize where that wading belt hits. It's really nice because not everyone has the same body type. This one is where I put it first, that bottom one, and it was kind of hitting on my butt, and I didn't like how it fit. So I put it on the top one, and it hits me right on my waist and kind of closes everything off very nicely. So I like having that adjustability there and having an option. Next, we have a zipper, which is probably one of the biggest upgrades from this wader from the old year's model. Very robust zipper, watertight, has a lock at the top where you can pull it through and it locks it. This is what I really, really, really like about this wader opposed to the old one, is that zip. I loved it on my shins. I think having a zip wader is awesome. It's easy to get in and out of. It's very comfortable to wear. You can also use the bathroom pretty easily in it. Y'all probably know using those old thick neoprene waders, it's almost impossible to use the bathroom effectively. So these zips make it that much easier, makes it that much more comfortable as well. Alrighty, as far as longevity of the zip, me personally, I've yet to have a failure on a zip in a wader, or have heard anyone with a failure. Not to say that has happened, because I guarantee it has, but I just don't think the zips have been around long enough to see a big number of failures. So only time will tell with that. I'm gonna beat the mess out of these waders. I'm not gonna baby them, and we'll just see how this holds up, and I'll let y'all know if I have any issues with this one. Going down to the bottom, we got a knee pad, which is probably the next biggest addition to these waders opposed to the old last year's model. And I love, love, love knee pads on waders. That was one thing I didn't like about my shin waders is the knee pad. And most of y'all will know, especially when you're breaking ice, knee pad is super essential. Because when you're breaking that ice, busting it, you get that 1/4 inch thick ice and even thicker, 1/4 inch and thicker, it just hits you right on your shin, right on your knee and below on your shin, and it will just, your shin and your leg will take an absolute beating if you don't have a knee pad. So this knee pad offers great protection for that. It also adds a reinforcement to one of probably the biggest wear area of the wader, especially when you're walking in those long walk-ins, stepping over deadfall sticks, going through briars. It adds that protection for your leg and for the wader. And for us, a lot of our places that we hunt, we're hunting marshes. There's not a lot of good places to hide, so we're a lot of times kneeling down, getting really low, putting our knees on the ground. So it adds protection for our knees and protection for the wader, because that is a high wear spot on the wader. So I love that they added that. At first, I thought this knee pad was going to be pretty gimmicky, just because how it looks, but it actually is really great. It articulates very nice, and they cut out a lot of bulk on the knee pad compared to like the Sitka waders and the dive bomb waders. So those have just a giant knee pad. Looks like they kind of took that idea but cut out a lot of bulk and added the padding in the knee pad only where you need it and cut it out where you don't. This makes it a lighter weight option and a more comfortable option. Lastly, the boot here. This is a great boot. I don't know what wizardry and black magic they put into this sole, but this sole just doesn't hold on to mud like a traditional boot would, which is one reason why I really like these waders. So that is a really, I don't know what they call it, but this tread just releases mud like no other. So that's a brief overview of the waders. It's also a lifetime warranty through Simms. Simms is a very reputable wader company. That's who puts these waders together for KUIU, and it's a lifetime warranty. When you're paying this much money for these premium waders, that's something you would expect, and KUIU and Simms do a great job of holding their end of the bargain as far as warranting these out for the lifetime of the product, making sure you're all good to go. I heard the wait's around 4 to 6 weeks on the waders. That's in the busy season, which is not ideal, especially like if you're during duck season, you have an issue. But it's still, they hold their end of the bargain. They treat you right, and they make it right for you. So that is good. All right, guys, so I'm going to go into some cons I don't like about this wader. I'm really splitting hairs here. Overall, it's a great wader, but there's just some things that I would prefer on the wader that I will show y'all right now. The first one being an internal pocket. I don't know if there was a reason they didn't add one or if they just forgot, but there is no internal pocket. What I mean by that is right here on my older waders, on the old KUIU ones and the Sitkas and the Shins and all those, they have a inside internal pocket. I call this the cell phone pocket. Some of them have two, some of them have one, but on these there is no pocket. It's not really a deal breaker, but it is nice to put your phone on the inside and then put a random assortment of nuts or cashews as a snack on the other side. They don't have it. I don't know why they did that, but I would like to see an inside pocket on those waders. The second one is these pockets, the accessory pockets on the outside. So they did a horizontal pocket instead of a vertical pocket. Now I love the vertical pocket that runs along the zipper. It's easy to get into. I don't know why they did that. Maybe there was some patent stuff, because I know Sitka, Shin, and all them, they had that, and maybe they wanted to get around that or didn't want to copy them. So they did it here. I do know that these pockets, I don't think these pockets are 100% watertight. I know they're extremely water resistant, and I could be wrong about that. But that is nice to have them up high here so that the water doesn't ever really get to them. I do know with those vertical ones, a lot of times some water can get over that zipper and then sometimes leak inside. So maybe that's why, but it's a little hard to get to them. So you have to really reach up all the way and then dig down in there with these horizontal ones. Now with the vertical one, you just zip in real quick, grab whatever you're grabbing, and you're good to go. So maybe the reason they put them there was just because of the water exposure. And I think that's a good idea. It's just I just like those vertical ones a little bit better. But other than that, that's all I got. All right, so now let's get into the pros of the wader. The first one is the lifetime warranty. It's nice. You're paying for a great warranty. They're going to replace it or repair it or however they do with the warranty if anything happens, which is always good when you're spending a lot of money on a premium wader. It's good to have. The second one is the zipper. Like I said, I love the zipper. Easy to get in and out of. Easy to use the bathroom in. It just makes it very comfortable. I'm so glad they added a zipper. That's by far my favorite design. The style of wader is a zip. Second one is that knee pad. Love the knee pad, and they've reduced a lot of bulk in it. Like I said earlier, it's a nice knee pad. You know, it bends well with your leg. It's not too bulky, but it just provides that protection where you need it. So love the knee pad. Lastly, another pro is this boot. I don't know what they did to this boot. I don't know what science is behind this boot, but it's extremely light. Stupid light. I know a lot of my older waders, the boot is very, very heavy. It feels like I'm wearing bricks on my feet. This one's super light. It fits really good. Your foot never slips out of it. Fits nice and snug. And this sole, I don't know, the bottom of the boot, I don't know what they did, what they added to this, some gator tracks or something. But for whatever reason, this boot does not hold on to mud like any other boot I've ever had. You know, with that soft mud, when you're walking, it collects mud, your feet just feel like they're just 10-pound cinder blocks. And with this boot, walk through the same type of mud. Granted, there will be mud on it and it will hold mud, but for whatever reason, it just releases that mud like no other. It just doesn't hold on to it. That makes it easy when you're standing like in the water, like in the marsh. A lot of times I've had my boots get stuck because I've been standing, I just slowly sink. With these, I can pop them right out. No issue there. They just don't hold on to mud. I don't know what it is, some science, some black magic, whatever it is, it's awesome. So I think this is probably by far one of my favorite parts about the wader is the fit of this boot and just how it just doesn't hold on to mud. All right, guys, so now I'm gonna put them on and show y'all how they fit. All right, guys, so I'm gonna try them on real quick to show you how they fit. I am 6 foot and 200 pounds. So I was kind of in between sizes from the 12 medium regular and the 12 large regular. Last year, my waders were 12 large regular. I went with the largest, which is a little bit bigger. And I'll tell you why. There's a couple reasons. Let me put these on real quick for y'all. So you can see with that zipper, it's like putting on a pair of pants. Super easy. Slide shoulder straps on. And there you go. You're all set. I do have some stuff, a lot of stuff in these pockets, so it is weighing it down a little bit, but that's how I'd wear it. But the mediums fit me like a glove, really tight. The only issue I had with them is I didn't have a lot of room to layer, and when I kneeled down with them, they got really tight. And we do a lot of kneeling, a lot of getting low, so I figured I'd go with the largest for 2 reasons. One, is give me that extra room and that mobility for when I'm layering up. And also, I like to put stuff in between my chest and this pocket just for quick access. So if I take a glove off real quick, I'll just throw them in there and just have them there so I can get to them really quick. Also, when I'm scouting sometimes, I'll just put a binocular there because I don't want to put a vinyl harness because it feels weird under waders. I'll just throw a binocular right there and I'll just sit there. Powdered donuts will sometimes go in between there and some other snacks, some gushers, stuff like that. But it is nice to have a little extra room there to put stuff. And then when I kneel down too, it doesn't really feel restrictive like the mediums did. So that's why I went with the largest. One thing I forgot to mention is they do have an elastic drawstring on either side. So once you get everything on that you have underneath, you can pull this and cinch it down to get it close to your body. I don't usually use those, but I'll probably use those this year to see how they work. Get more, maybe a tighter fit. But they, like I said earlier, they're super lightweight. They feel really good. I can do high knees in them. I can sprint in them, get a lift in them, whatever I want to do. They're just super comfortable and not really restrictive at all. I feel like I have my complete movement and it's all good there. So all in all, I like them. They also make them in a solid color. So all you fashionistas and the Bottomland brothers down there in the Southeast, I see y'all. They've got these, and these are some slick looking dudes. I bought these and didn't know they had these. I went back and bought these and then just sat on it for a couple days trying to decide. I went with the camo ones just because it gives me a little bit more concealment, but these, I'm telling you, it was a hard choice because these are slick looking and they go with just about anything. So they offer them in that new color, which is really cool. They didn't have that last year, which I really like. But they're a great wader. They fit good. I'm going to beat the mess out of them. I'm going to abuse them. I'm going to use them like I use any of my gear and just use them like they're supposed to. I'm not going to baby them, and I'll report back to y'all on how they work, if anything happens to them, and anything like that. If y'all want to do me a quick favor, like this video and subscribe to the channel. It takes 2 seconds. It's completely free. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps me out a lot. Also, leave a comment down about what you like about these, what you don't like about them, and what waders you're going to be using for this season. I read every comment, and I'm really curious to hear what y'all are going to be running for this duck season. I put a link in the description to where you can get these waders, and I also put a link to some other stuff as well if you want to check that out. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Thanks for watching.